Now, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has gone to court to stop his predecessor from prosecuting him privately. The country's former president, Jacob Zuma, is accusing Ramaphosa of being an accessory to a crime. He wants Ramaphosa to appear in a criminal court. But Ramaphosa has attacked the basis of Zuma's prosecution, saying it is a political ploy. The High Court in Johannesburg heard arguments for both Ramaphosa and Zuma and other interested parties over 2 days. Dianne Hawker was tracking the proceedings and joins us now from Johannesburg. Thank you so much for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
Good evening, Rita, and good evening to the viewers as well.
Good evening. So, Dianne, President Ramaphosa brought this interdict application against Zuma. Can you tell us more about this and how did this come about?
Well, your viewers will remember that at the end of last year, the ANC were holding an elective conference. And literally the day before the elective conference, it was made clear that the former president, Jacob Zuma, was trying to privately prosecute the president. That case has now continued into the new year. And the former president, Jacob Zuma, is arguing that President Cyril Ramaphosa should have disciplined Billy Downer, the NPA prosecutor who is actually dealing with Zuma's arms deal case. Zuma believes that Billy Downer leaked confidential medical records to a journalist, and he says that that would be a violation of the NPA Act. So as a result, he wants Ramaphosa to discipline Downer, and because Ramaphosa has not instituted that discipline, he's now calling him an accessory to a crime.
Since Zuma accused him of criminal conduct, what evidence does former President Zuma have against Ramaphosa?
The evidence that the former president is relying on appears to be that he laid a complaint with the president after his medical records became, public information. And he's saying that he wanted the president to institute a commission of inquiry. The president says that he passed that information on to the justice minister and that it's the justice minister's responsibility to take any action if there's need be. So they are sitting in this position now where, the president is saying that the former president is trying to use this matter to actually go after him in a political sense and to kind of raise issues that are not really relevant. He's saying that the justice minister is the one that should have dealt with this and that he should not be dragged into court over this complaint by the former president.
Okay, so we're seeing two cases now. We're seeing one against the former president, Jacob Zuma, and we're seeing what some people call a political ploy against the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa. What did the court make of the arguments put before them?
Well, there were quite extensive arguments, Rita. One of the first and the main things that the court dealt with was whether Ramaphosa should have even brought this challenge. From the Zuma perspective, he's arguing that since Ramaphosa is facing a criminal charge, even though it's via private prosecution, that he should go to the criminal court, hear the charge there and plead. And if he has an issue with the charge, then do all of that in the criminal court. Of course, that would mean that the former president the current president, also has to appear in the dock. So the current president is saying that Zuma is abusing the court process and not actually going about things correctly. The court spent a lot of time dealing with these issues and trying to figure out which side to actually hear. And of course, it also had to listen to other arguments from the NPA, for example, who were saying that they don't want to enter the fray, but they were giving background on how it ended up that they were not the ones prosecuting. So I think it was quite a lengthy argument. It shone a lot of light on issues around public prosecution. And I think it will definitely, whatever the outcome, clarify the position going forward as to how private prosecution should be handled in the future.
Now, Dianne, the former president Jacob Zuma attended the case personally over 2 days. From your observation of the proceedings, what do we look forward to? Are we going to see more court cases in the coming days? What exactly are we to expect?
Well, certainly the case, the criminal case that was brought by former President Zuma is actually meant to return to court next week on the 26th of May. So we'll definitely see another court appearance in relation to this. The judges have reserved judgment, so they haven't said when they will give their decision. But there is a request, obviously, that these things move quite quickly so that there's clarity as to what happens with the criminal case. The former president attended the proceedings along with his daughter, Duduzile. They sat throughout the day. I think it's quite interesting that he attended this, considering that in some of his own previous cases, he wasn't able to attend, citing illness. And in this instance, he sat for the full day in court, seemingly in good health.
Thank you so much, Dianne. We'll definitely be following up with these proceedings. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.